Hey guys, this is Wes and welcome to your third Java tutorial. Today we're going to go over variables, but before we do, I want to cover a few things I didn't quite clarify in the last video. Although I did go over what package and public and class, or I didn't cover why they were blue. They are blue because they are Java keywords or reserved words, and there are 50 of them in the Java language. They have a specific intention and they cannot be used for any other reason other than what they were intended for. So they cannot be used as a class. You cannot call your class public. You cannot call your class void. You cannot call your class static. You cannot call your methods void or static or public, or you'll get an error, or I don't even know, something bad will happen. It just won't work. Also, I did cover print line and how it worked, or I didn't cover how it worked. The way it works is print line is a method. This right here is a method that is a built-in method of the print stream class, and it prints out arguments that are passed to it. It's not just limited to strings, and we'll cover more and more as we go along. But for now, that's all you really need to know. There's print line and there's also print. Print line prints the statement and then goes to the next line. Print just prints the statement and then it'll print this too. So we'll run this and I'll show you exactly how that works. Run project. So as you can see, the first hello YouTube is on the first line, and then the two subsequent hello YouTubes are on the second line. And the reason for that is it printed hello YouTube, it went to the next line, as you can see, and then it printed hello YouTube, and it stayed on the same line, and it printed it again, and if we were to do another one, it would have went to the next line. So enough of that, on to variables. Variables are basically names given to data that we can store and manipulate in our programs. You can think of them as a cup or container that holds a value, but instead of liquid, it holds a data type that you have to specify and then give it a name and then equal to that data type. So I'll show you how that works. Let me paste the data types. There's two different types of data types. There's primitive data types and there's reference data types. Primitive, the difference between the two is primitive holds a value while reference stores the memory location of that value. So there's, I guess you can read these, but an integer is basically a whole number from negative 2 to the 31st power to 2 to the 31st power minus 1. Now, I'm not going to go over how big or small these are right now, but just know that integers are negative to positive whole numbers. Doubles are fractions of a number, negative to positive. Chars are short for characters. They can be A, plus, 1, 7, G, Z, division symbol, whatever that is. Boolean can be true or false. Byte, short, long, float. Byte is basically a byte of data. It can store from negative 128 to 127. We don't really use these too much, to be honest, but I guess I'll go over them in subsequent videos. Data type. This is the way we declare a variable. Data type and then name. So these are the data types, primitive and reference. Right now we're going to use primitive data types. So we're going to do data type int. Say we want to name it Wes, since my name is Wes. So that's declaring a variable. We can also declare a variable on multiple variables on one line. So int A, so data type int name A, name B. We just declared two variables. We can also initialize them now by saying A equals 15 semicolon b equals 6 semicolon. The reason why we didn't have to have a data type here is because we had a data type up here. So if we did system.out.print, we don't need quotation marks since we don't need quotation marks since we're not printing out a string. We can just type in the variable a. We file, save, run. It printed out 15, and since it didn't go to a new line, it says build successful on the same line. So from now on, I'm going to do print line, but that's how that works. You can also declare or initialize and declare a variable on the same line, and that's the way that I like to do it. So we'll keep those there just so you can see. So int c, which is an integer of the data type integer, c is the name, equals 4. Now it's initialized and declared on the same line. We can system.out.println c. Make sure semicolon is after everything. After all the statements anyways. Run. C is 4. So let's delete that. We can also have a data type of string. Make sure the S is capitalized. String. Let's name it girlfriend. Generally speaking, variables should be lowercase, but they usually do the first word lowercase, the second word uppercase. That's the normal way to do it. So since it's a string, it has to be in quotation marks, double quotation marks. We'll name our girlfriend Portia, because who wouldn't want a girlfriend named Portia? Semicolon. And then we can do a double, which is the data type. As you can see, it has to be fractions of a number. So we will do her kids, because obviously a girl named Portia has kids, equals 6.781. Don't ask me how, but that is how many kids she has. So let's print out system.out.print line. We will print out the variable girlfriend, and we will also print out her kids, system.out.print line her kids. File, save, run. Portia and 6.781, which is her kids, and we will play along with that in the next tutorial. But for right now, just know how to declare, initialize, and print out variables, and the different types of variables too. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. But in the next tutorial, we're still going to cover variables, but we're going to go more in depth. We're actually going to have a lot more fun with it, and it starts getting really interesting after this. So yeah, subscribe, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Alrighty, see ya.